Hey guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working in the 2011 to 2019 Ford Explorer. Today I'm going to show you guys how to upgrade from the small base model Sync screen to the 8-inch Sync 3 screen with built-in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. These also come with optional embedded GPS navigation. In this particular install video, this one does have the embedded GPS navigation. But today I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to remove the dash and how to upgrade to our plug-and-play 100% pre-programmed Sync 3 upgrade. The only tools you'll need is a dash pry tool or regular screwdriver, and then a 7mm socket, so you can remove a few screws here on the dash. So let's get started. All right, now in order to remove the dash here, or the bezel, you have to pry off these two trim pieces here. They're just held in with retaining clips. You can use a dash pry tool, you can use a regular screwdriver. You're just gonna wanna get behind it and then slowly just pop it out of place. You notice there's a retaining clip here and then one down here. The other side is the exact same way. You're just gonna wanna get behind it. And pop it out of place. The next thing we're gonna do is remove the two 7mm screws that are on the right side and the two that are on the driver's side, left side. Once you remove those screws, your dash bezel just comes right out. And there's just one connector on the bottom. So you press in the clip and you can remove it. Next, we're gonna go ahead and remove the 4-inch display. So there's gonna be 3 screws on each side. These are also 7mm, so a total of 6 screws. Now, in order to unplug it, you're gonna press this little tab in and slide the lever over it, and that's how you remove this. Next thing you're gonna do is remove this tray here. You can pull this little clip from the plastic tray, pull it out, and disconnect the 2 connectors here. So press the tab in, pull this out. In order to pull this, you're gonna press the tab in, slide the lever over, and that comes right out. This will no longer be needed. You could set this aside. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the CD player, or what's called the ACM. This is just held in with 4 screws. If you happen to not have satellite radio or HD radio, we do also sell upgrades on our website to add satellite radio or HD radio. So take a look there. This particular vehicle already has satellite radio. Go ahead and disconnect these connectors. And these 2 connectors here. The yellow one is for satellite radio. So you can go ahead and set that aside. The next thing we're gonna do is remove the climate control module. It's just held in with 1 7mm screw right here on the right side. Pull up on the module and slide it out. There's 2 connectors that hold it in. Just press the tabs in and slide it out. Set this aside. You will no longer need this. The last thing we're gonna do here to remove is this little media hub portion here. So those of you who have a 2011 to 2013, it actually spreads across a little bit further. 2014 and up is kind of the smaller size here. Basically, all you're gonna do is get from behind it, press the tabs in that surround it, meanwhile pushing it forward. And you'll notice here, it comes right out. You see the tabs on the top, the sides. From behind, all you have to do is just kind of press those inward while pushing it, and it pops right out. Now, in order to get this out, on this little cable or USB that's coming in, there's a little tab on the left and the right. So just use your fingers and pry both those tabs outward, and it allows you to pull it out. These are the two tabs here, so once you kind of pull these outward, it pops right out. You'll no longer need this. All right, now that we have the components removed, we can start installing the kit. So the first thing we're going to start with here is our what we call 4 to 8 harness. Now this harness is what allows this all to be plug and play. This is designed here at Infotainment.com. I'll give you a quick overview. So this is going to plug into the module, the Sync 3 module that's located on the back of your display, 8-inch display. This is going to be the plug that you're going to plug your old Sync module connector into. Coming off the harness here is a few things. If you don't have backup camera, you can just unplug this, plug an aftermarket camera in here, and you're ready to go. Those of you who have a factory camera, which are most of you, keep this connected and plug your 4-inch screen connector into here. That's that part. This part here, which has a long cable with a little 2-pin connector, or 2 pins going into the connector. This is going to go to your replacement media hub, USB media hub. These other cables here, you're going to have one that says for satellite radio travel link. Those of you who want to subscribe to that particular service through SiriusXM radio, let us know, and we'll include a harness. This will plug into that little 2-pin connector here. And then this is a pass-through harness for your CD player ACM. This will allow you to subscribe to SiriusXM's Sirius Traffic and Travel Link. Most of you could care less about it, so I'm not going to do it in this particular video. I just wanted to let you know. This is the cable that will plug in behind your CD player. The last cable, which is this one here, is not needed for this particular installation, so you can completely disregard this one. So let's go ahead and route this now that I explained it. The first thing we're going to do is we worked our way down. Now we're going to work our way back up. So we're going to start with the replacement media hub, and then we're going to work our way up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just temporarily just going to set it up there. I'm going to pull the USB that was plugged in before. We don't need that, so I'm just going to stow it behind. I'm going to run this connector down into that cavity down here. So this is going to be the power for your new media hub. This particular cable here is also included in our kit. It's an extension cable. It's a cable that'll connect the data from your Sync 3 module to the media hub. This is for Apple CarPlay Android Auto. So I'm just going to set it up there temporarily. Same thing, I'm going to route it down here into that cavity where the hub goes. Now we have the 2 cables we need to plug into our media hub. All right, here's our replacement media hub. Again, if you guys have a 2011 to 2013, you will get this particular hub with a big bracket around it, or a filler around it, so it fits into the larger hole. 2014 through 2019, well, you'll get this here, which just pops right into that cavity. So these are the 2 wires we just ran. So we're going to go ahead and plug these into our media hub. Then simply just tuck it down and pop it into place. All right, now that we have our media hub installed, we're going to go ahead and install our replacement climate control module. So we're going to plug the connectors that we connected from the factory module and plug them into the replacement. Now in this little slot down here, you're going to stick it in at an angle and then slide it down, or just put it down into place so the screw lines up right here. Then just install your screw, just one screw. And that completes the install portion of the climate control module, the replacement. All right, now we're going to reinstall the CD player ACM module. Again, if you want HD radio and or satellite radio, now's a great time to do it. All you have to do is run your antenna and then plug it in. In this case, it already has satellite radio, so we're just going to keep that. You don't have to change your subscription or anything. It works right alongside the Sync 3 system. So we're just simply going to plug all of our connectors back in. And put it back into place. This is the connector for your bezel, climate control bezel. So just have it down in this little cavity down here. Make sure it's not tucked back there. So it's right here. Now we can go ahead and screw in our CD player ACM module. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the GPS antenna. Now this antenna does have a magnetic base, so it will adhere to a metal surface. Basically, this antenna can mount anywhere beneath the dash top, just as long as it's under the windshield. And for the best signal, if you put a little bit of double-sided tape, you can put it on top of a vent. You can look back here and find an area. There is a little metal bracket over here on the right side of this vent. Typically in these Explorers, I'll stick it over there on top of that metal bracket. Seems to work pretty well. It adheres pretty well there. Those of you who will opt for it, again, use a little bit of double-sided tape. You could find any flat surface behind or underneath the dash to mount your antenna. But it's as easy as that, and we have it mounted right back here. So we'll just keep our cable coiled, and we'll go to the next step. All right, now we're going to install the remainder of our 4 to 8 interface here. So as I mentioned, we're going to take this connector here. Make sure the lever is all the way forward like this. As you push it in, slide this over, it locks into place. The next thing we're going to do, since this vehicle does have a backup camera, all we have to do is just plug this in. Again, make sure your lever is all the way forward, push it, lock it into place. Sometimes you can put a little bit of electrical tape around here just to keep it nice and secure. Again, those of you who want to add Sirius traffic and or travel link, you will need to hook up that one pink connector, as I mentioned, to this guy here. We're not doing that in this install video. We hardly ever do it. And then this other one, as I mentioned, is not used. So that's pretty much it. Basically, at this point, what you can do is you can come in here with a zip tie, and you can kind of just, make it look pretty. And then, tuck it back in here. And that way, it kind of keeps the wires out of the way and makes it for a good install. All right, now that we have it all tucked away, we only have 3 connectors left for the Sync 3 display. We have our main connector here. This is our USB data cable that's running down to the media hub. And this is the GPS antenna connector. So you just have to take it and plug it in. Push it into place, it'll lock. And we're gonna take our GPS antenna, plug it in here. And then last but not least, our USB media cable will plug right into here. The holes will line up. Now, if you remember earlier in the video, we took 3 screws out. You only need 2 screws on each side to keep it into place. All right, now we're ready to install our replacement bezel. This one obviously has the nice 8-inch display cutout. So basically, all you have to do is just plug in the connector that you disconnected from the original bezel, and then just pop it into place. Right now would be a good time where you can come in here and pull the screen cover off of your Sync 3 display. Line up your bezel at the top and around the perimeter. It'll pop right into place. And then we're going to have 2 screws on this side, 2 screws on this side. Now we can come back and pop our little trim pieces on. One on each side. All right, the last and final step, now that we have the dash all buttoned up and our kit installed, we need to run the OBD Genie programmer. Now what this is gonna do is it's gonna program your existing CD player ACM to be able to marry to the Sync 3 sync system for Bluetooth and voice recognition commands. Now, one little thing, if you opt to upgrade to Sirius satellite radio or HD radio, you will receive a replacement CD player with this kit. I've mentioned this a few times. We will pre-program that for the program that's on here, so you won't get one of these. For everyone who doesn't replace your CD player at this time, you will get this in the kit. All you have to do is turn your vehicle to the on position and then plug this into your OBD2 port until you get the green light. So we'll do that now. All right, now that we have the solid green light, we can go ahead and remove it and stow it away. It won't be needed anymore. All right, we just ran the OBD Genie programmer. We had the green light. After the green light, we did notice the screen reset, which was great. We took the key out, let the vehicle sit for a minute. Now we're gonna put it back in and check it out. Right away, you notice the nice big 8-inch display. You get the Ford splash screen logo. This really enhances the technology, the look and the feel in your Explorer. What an awesome upgrade here from Infotainment.com. So this is your main home screen here. It may take your vehicle a few minutes to link up to the GPS. Those of you who opt for the Sync 3 system with the embedded GPS navigation, you will get the map here. Those of you who don't opt for GPS navigation, you won't obviously have the map here. So this is your home screen here. It is configurable, but let's go ahead and start in the audio section. You have AM, FM, Sirius XM. This vehicle came with Sirius XM from the factory, so you do retain it. If you did have the subscription earlier, you do retain it. Obviously, your CD player and Bluetooth streaming audio. Here in your climate section, you can do control your climate right here from the screen. Also, the rear climate as well, auto or manual. You always want to keep it on dual, so whenever you adjust the temperature, it'll always mimic whatever's on the driver's side. So when dual is off, it'll be independent. We want to keep it like this, so it always mirrors together here. Within the phone, go ahead and add your phone. You will have to repair your device. So if you press that, go into the pairing procedure on your phone. GPS navigation. What a great way to have an awesome navigation system in your vehicle. You don't have anything clanky on your windshield. You're not holding your phone for directions. This is right here in your dash, 100% factory Ford. It works very well. You can come in here. You could get 2D, 3D maps. With landmarks, go into your destination. You can store your home, your work. You can search for an address, search for a point of interest. The directions come out of the speakers, so it's all factory fit and finish. Great option there. If you come into apps here, again, those of you who want to subscribe to SiriusXM, Travel Link, that is an additional subscription through SiriusXM. You can get sports scores, fuel prices, stuff like that, if you opt for that in checkout. Settings menu, you can come in here and configure different things in your vehicle, just like you could before. Come into general. Do you want tones on? Do you want all these different things enabled? Come right into here into settings and be able to do that. All right, now one of the main reasons why people want the Sync 3 system, not because it's just an awesome system in general, but because they want to add Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So I'm going to demonstrate how it works real quick. You're going to plug your factory lightning cable into the USB, plug the other end into your smartphone. Now you have Apple CarPlay right here in your Ford Explorer. Awesome upgrade here. For those of you who don't know how CarPlay works, I'll go through it just briefly. Make and receive phone calls through phone. Get instant access to your Apple Music there. Apple Maps right through here. Messages, great safety feature. You can make and receive and send text messages just using your voice. You got your hands on the wheel the whole time. You don't have to type. You don't do anything. You just tell it what you want to send or reply. Now playing, we'll talk about. We'll show you your existing media that's playing. If you press forward, it gets you back to your main screen. Podcasts, those of you who love podcasts, go in through there. You can store them. You get a whole bunch of different apps that you can take from your phone and have mirrored on the Sync 3 system. Go to apple.com, go through the Apple CarPlay section of their website, tells you the apps that are compatible. Google Maps, another awesome navigation feature here. I happen to have the setting on my phone to satellite, so you get the satellite view, which is really cool. Several different apps. I mean, you could put all different things in, Waze, Spotify, listen to the music you want to listen to, all right through here in your dash. Just an awesome, awesome upgrade here from Infotainment.com. The other thing I wanted to point out just real quick, I won't do an Android Auto tutorial. We do have videos on our YouTube channel that talk about how that works. But I want to reiterate, this is all pre-programmed by Infotainment.com. So you retain your backup camera. Now you have the nice 8-inch display here. Awesome safety feature. So you can see more clearly what's behind your SUV. Further, more so than that, you can still control everything right through your steering wheel controls. Everything is 100% factory from Ford. Just an awesome, awesome upgrade. And as you can see, easy to install as well. We do this upgrade and so much more here at Infotainment.com. Not only doing the 4-inch to 8-inch, maybe you already have Sync 3 in your vehicle and you want to just add GPS navigation. You may have the My Ford Touch system from 2011 to 2016. Maybe you just want to add GPS navigation. We do that here at Infotainment.com. We also add backup cameras for those of you who don't have that. Sirius XM satellite radio, HD radio are also options. We even do leather seating by Catskin for your Ford Explorer. We even tell you how to install it. We do all of this and so much more, not just for the Explorer as well. We're talking all the Ford vehicles, General Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Toyota, Nissan, you name it. We do all these upgrades at Infotainment.com. Thanks for watching.